Today what we've got is Amber's going to work on horseback to run these cattle down the alley. And again, it's a wide alley, so they probably are going to have some respect for the horse just because it physically takes up more space in the alley. Just like having animals around dogs, so it's really important that the cattle are accustomed to being worked by horseback or worked by foot. When you change from one of those methods to the other one, sometimes you get a reaction out of the animals which you may not anticipate. Most of these black cattle came out of a relatively large ranch where they've been worked on horseback more than they've ever been worked on foot. Most of the white cattle have been dealt with by people that have been afoot almost all their lives. Amber's got a relatively large group of cattle. These are cows, mostly with calves, spring calves, and there's a couple of bulls mixed in with them. As you can see, they're kicking up an awful lot of dust. They may have a slight amount of resistance when they come by here, as our photographer and I are up along the fence line, which is a little less than ideal. They might balk by that and they might not, but they're moving along really easy. As I said, the black cattle have been worked on horseback most of their lives because they've come off a real large ranch that's in a very remote part of eastern Oregon. The white cattle have been here in Central California almost all their lives. Okay, kind of what we anticipate seeing next is that when she gets them down crowded into that corner, there's going to be resistance. She's going to be within their comfort zone, and then you may see cattle that are going to switch from having you look at their backsides to turning around, focused on her and trying to find a way to get past her as she's more and more in their comfort zone. And it's important to remember that what's comfort zone for one animal is not necessarily for another. And what you're seeing in there obviously is important too. We've got some cattle that have calved within about the last 60 days that are starting to cycle again. So that behavior is also going to be a little bit different. So far the reaction on this group that you've got right there is they're absolutely fine with it. You don't see anybody turning around. As she gets a little bit closer and pushes them up a little bit tighter, we should start seeing the end swing around, with their heads coming back this way, looking for a way to get out of the corner where they become less comfortable. Okay, you started to see some on the right-hand side of the alley. A couple of cows have turned around and are now facing her instead of their backsides facing the horse. But you don't really see anybody at this point in time trying to make a jailbreak. Okay, on the right-hand side now, all those little calves, which are a lot less familiar with the horses, have never seen horses before until today. Their curiosity probably has the better of them. Now, there's no way out for them. If there was, that's part of the movement, is that they've got a hole on that end. As you bunch them up and they get a little more anxiety flowing through them, they'll look for a way to get away. But they're up against a dead end at this point in time. There you go. And that's one of the oldest cows in the group, and even you can see the calves, when they make their bolt, they're going to go a little bit faster than the cow will. What she's got side by side right now with is the Charolais bull, and I would really be surprised if he's ever been around horses before until this point in time. But as she cuts back and forth, he's a little stubborn, but he's not high-headed or anything else.